Hello everyone, welcome to Civil Brains YouTube channel. So in today's lecture, we will try to understand what are the top 5 skills that a civil engineer should have. If you're starting as a college student or if you reach to the level of a project manager, what are the skills that you need to have based on your experience, we'll try to discuss on that. So I'm sharing my screen, and for somebody who doesn't know about me, I'm Akshay Kamath, having 8+ years of experience in the construction and in the teaching industry. So these are the few of the trainings that I have provided in different colleges and all. And if you're interested to learn from me, you can download my app or my courses are available on Udemy. And all these are the reviews given by the students who are enrolled in my courses, got a good placement in different companies and all. You can just quickly go through all the reviews and all so that you get an idea to what level of knowledge you're going to gain from my courses and what level of mentorship that you're going to get. Yeah. So to begin with, we'll start with the skills that is needed if you're a fresher or experienced. First, I'll speak on the skills that is required. If you're a college student who is in, let's say, second year, third year, or final year, or who has just passed out from your college, and if you're looking for a job, what company expects from you? The first one is majority of the construction companies they expect somebody who has a knowledge about the execution. If I give you any project or if I give you any drawing, I want someone who can do the execution of that on the construction site, and you should know the entire sequence of construction, how the excavations are done. After the excavation, you'll do a PCC. What should be the thickness of the PCC? Then footing, column, beam, slab, staircase, brickwork, blockwork, plastering, painting. All the knowledge you should have. So that's why I've written here site execution A to Z. Second is you should know to read the structural drawing. So we have different drawings. Like first we get the architectural plan, then we get the structural drawing. So in the structural drawing, we get footing, column, beam, slab, staircase drawings. So you need to know where to refer, what part of the drawing to refer so that you can do the execution on the construction site. Third one is you should know to do the estimation and BBS. For example, let's say you're working on a construction site and you have to place the order for the concrete. So you should know, right, how much amount of concrete you're supposed to order. Or let's say the barbender is on the construction site and you're working on a footing project. I mean, you're working on a project where the footing is being done. So you should know how to cut the cutting length of the footing, the bar and all. Those knowledge you should have. That comes under the bar bending schedule. But unfortunately, all these things are not taught in the engineering college because engineering college syllabus is not made to teach all these things. There we focus majorly on design and other aspects and all, right? Yeah. These things you have to learn maybe through a course or you can follow someone on YouTube, you can learn it. One thing which your college teaches is the concrete technology that you have a subject, either in diploma or in your BTech. So that complete knowledge you should have because if you're working not only on the construction side, if you're a civil engineer or if you're working in any sector of a construction, then you should have a knowledge about concrete technology, types of concrete, types of cement, the admixtures part, the behavior of the concrete, all those knowledge you should have. So that is taught in a college days. That is sufficient. That is a concrete technology. Next is you should have a knowledge about the code book that is IS 456-2000. This code book they cover in your engineering college. IS 10262 is for a mixed design. IS 1200 that don't cover. This is specifically for uh, mode of measurements. Okay. If you have this much knowledge and if you're good in all these things, and then you should have a basic MS Excel knowledge. Apart from that, no other software is required at the initial stage. If you're good in MS Excel and if you know basic AutoCAD, that is sufficient for you to start your career as a site engineer, right? So this much are the skills that you should have once you're going for any interview and all. Okay, that's it. Yeah, once let's say you started to work. Now you have an experience in between 2 to 5 years. Okay, this is for a fresher or somebody who is in third year, final year and all. This is what they expect from you when you're going for a job. And let's say you have 2 to 5 years of experience now, then what company will look for you? Then they want someone again who has a knowledge about the construction, that is site execution, the drawing, reading and all. And they also expect someone to have a knowledge about my one. So my one is typically a aluminum form work. Okay. If you have seen all these high-rise building constructions, mass housing projects and all, they're using a aluform shuttering there. So that knowledge you should have because most of the companies are doing this high-rise building. So they want someone who has a knowledge about my one. So that knowledge you should have. I have a course on all these things. If you're interested, definitely you can enroll in my courses on Udemy or you can download my Civil Brains app. So my app is available on Google Play Store. If you are from India, definitely download it. If you're not from India, then you enroll my courses on Udemy, because for a foreign students, this app will not work out. Okay, yeah. So all these courses are available. You can enroll in my free course if you need. See how I teach, see how much things you're able to understand. And if you feel my content is good and you want to learn all these things, enroll in my Construction Manager Mastery course, where more than 650 students have enrolled in the course. And I'll teach you everything here, right from execution to estimation to drawing, reading, BBS, BOQ, project management, project planning, MS project, and everything is covered in this Construction Manager Mastery course. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we'll go back again here. Yeah. Next is you should have a knowledge about QA/QC. QA is quality assurance. QC is a quality control which you do on the construction site. You should have a knowledge about it, the methodology, the method statements, all this knowledge you should be having. If you're working for a very good companies and all, they expect a site no, guy, or they expect a QA/QC engineer to have all this knowledge. You should have a knowledge about code books and all. Apart from this code book, there are other code books specifically for a particular work. So those knowledge you should have. For block work, we have a separate code book. For plastering, we have a separate code book. Right? This way, we have a different code book. Next is again, you should have a knowledge about estimation, BBS, which is already covered. And here you should have a knowledge about how to prepare the BOQ, the rate analysis part. All those knowledge you should have when you say you have 2 to 5 years of experience. Then you should have a knowledge a bit about billing and contracts, like type of contracts, what kind of contracts you're doing, what are the clauses written in the contract. All those knowledge you should have. And then, especially if you're applying for some project planning positions and all, then you should have a knowledge about MS Project software, especially for the Indian projects. But if you're working for abroad or some infra projects and all, they expect someone to know Primavera. So these are the skills that you should have when you have 2 to 5 years of experience. Okay. Yeah. And then of course, MS Excel and basic AutoCAD, whichever field you go in the construction industry, MS Excel is the one software that you should master, because that is the one which we use extensively in all the projects and all. Next, let's say you have 5 plus years of experience, 5 to, let's say you want to reach to the level of a project manager, somebody site manager or a senior site manager or a project manager. Usually people, those who reach project manager and all in a big company will take at least 14 to 15 years of experience. In a mid-firm company and all, generally 10 plus years of experience people will go to the position of project manager and all. Okay. Again, there you should have a knowledge about all the construction, that is conventional, my one, that is high rise, composite structure, then steel, precast construction and all. So because that is why I have put this in 5 to 10 years of experience. With 2 years of experience, you cannot have all the exposure. In 2 to 3 years of experience, you cannot learn my one also, composite, steel, precast. It's not practically possible. So when you have, let's say, 5 plus years of experience, maybe 7 or 8, and you are change, different companies, and if you have worked on different projects, then you can get to learn all these things. Okay. Yeah. Next is again, by default, when you say you have 5 plus years of experience, you should not be a site person anymore. You should be working in the office, and you should be in the what you call, you should in a position where you can plan the projects and all. You will not stand on the construction site, work on the auto level, go and check with the tape and all. That's not going to happen when you are 5 plus years of experience. In that case, you should have a knowledge about MS Project, Primavera. You should be skilled in MS Excel, Power BI. These are the skills that you should have when you are having more than 7 years of experience. Okay. Yeah. Next is after 5 plus years of experience, there's a certification which you get, PMI certification. If you're interested, you can apply the exam for that. You can enroll in the exam. You can pass the exam. You get this certification. Few companies, they expect when you become a project manager of any company, sometimes they write project manager with a PMI certification. They mention all these things in their job description. So that time, this is going to help you. Then again, of course, you should have a knowledge about building, tender, contracts, and all those things. Then again, then you should have a knowledge about vendor negotiation. Of course, these things will come through experience, like how do you negotiate with a vendor, which vendor to onboard, or what is the process to onboard a vendor. Then, of course, your communication skill will matter once you go to the position of senior engineer, assistant site manager, project manager, and all. It's all about how you communicate with the stakeholders and all. So that thing will play important role. Then you will be taking a lot of decisions on the construction sites and all. See, initially when you start your career, you don't take major decisions and all when you start at this position. You'll be just a junior engineer or a graduate trainee engineer where you just work on the construction side. You will not be attending all the meetings and all, or you don't take any decisions and all. But when you have 5 year experience, 7, 8, 9 year of experience, you attend a lot of meetings, you take decisions on behalf of your project, you calculate how the project is going, you calculate the health of the project, whether it's going in profit or loss. These are the things that you try to do. Then again, you should know how to improve the quality of projects. What are the new materials that is there in the market? You can use that. How to do the proper planning, material planning, resource management, and all those knowledge you should have, right? So these are the knowledge that you should have once you have, let's say, 6, 8, 10 year of experience. So that's it. So this was all about this particular lecture, where I spoke about the skills that is required. And now coming to the softwares, many people go behind all these softwares and all. Say, if you're starting initially, basically MS Excel and basic AutoCAD is sufficient. But if you're going towards the planning engineer position and all, then you should learn MS Project and Primavera. This is the software that is required. That's it. Apart from that, some people, of course, they want someone having a knowledge about Power BI and all. But majorly MSP, Primavera, MS Excel, and basic AutoCAD, if you know, you can easily work in all these positions which I mentioned here, right? But apart from that, let's say if you want to work as a structural design engineer and all, then of course, then you have to learn those ETAB, STAT, Pro, SAFe, RCDC and all. Rest all software is not required. But if you want to become a structure engineer, then again, learning all these things is no use. MS Project Primavera is not going to help. You don't have to learn this because it's a planning software. They are not a structure analysis and design software. For structure analysis design, you should learn ETAB, STAT, Pro, SAFe. This software you have to learn. Then SketchUp and all is not required. But Google SketchUp, 3ds Max, all these softwares are Revit and all not at all required. But tomorrow, if you want to start something on your own, you want to prepare the plans, give it to the client and all. In that case, you should know how to create the 3D models. For that, you should learn Google SketchUp or a Revit. So based on the domain that you're going, based on the work that you're going to do, you have to learn the softwares and don't directly blindly go behind all these softwares. You might have seen a lot of people, giving you 10, 12 softwares, telling that learn all the software to help you. They're not going to help you a lot, help you anywhere. So it's all depends on which domain you're going to pick. So based on the domain that you're going to pick, learn the softwares accordingly. That's it. I hope you have enjoyed my lecture up to here. And if you want a lecture where like what all softwares you're supposed to learn based on the domain, I'll definitely make a video on that. Only the thing is you have to put it in the comment box. Please make a video on softwares required. So I have a PPT made for that. I'll explain you. These are the things what I can explain in the upcoming lectures. So I hope you have enjoyed my lecture up to here. And do download my civilbrains app if you're an Indian student. And if you want my lectures to be in Hindi also, definitely download my civilbrains app. You can enroll in my free course, see how I teach, see how much you're able to understand. That's it. That's it. So I'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.